Hey guys, my name is Rachel from the baking channel Kawaiisweetworld, and today we are making a s'mores ice cream cake. This is so good. It is the perfect treat for wintertime because I know you're all missing that great s'mores flavor. So, let's get started. To start off our chocolate cake, first you're going to need a cup of flour, along with a cup of sugar, 1/4 cup and 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Today I'm using 2 different kinds of cocoa, honestly just because I ran out of the first one. You're also going to need a teaspoon of baking soda, a half teaspoon of baking powder, and a half teaspoon of salt. Then go ahead and give this a whisk. And once that's done, go ahead and set it aside. Now in a separate bowl, you're going to need 1 egg at room temperature. Go ahead and add in a half cup of buttermilk, a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, and a half teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then go ahead and give this a whisk. At this point, we're going to add our wet ingredients to our dry ingredients. And of course, we're just going to mix that up. Now I'm going to add in the secret ingredient, a half cup of freshly brewed coffee. This won't actually make the cake taste like coffee, it just intensifies the chocolate flavor, and it also helps cut some of the sweetness of the cake. Now here you can see I have a 9 by 4 inch loaf pan, and I've gone ahead and prepped it by buttering it and then dusting it with cocoa powder. I like using cocoa powder instead of flour because flour tends to leave a white residue on the cake. After you've poured in your batter, bake this off at 350 for about 40 minutes. Once your cake comes out of the oven, go ahead and run a knife around the edge to help loosen the cake. Then flip it out onto your serving plate. And then very carefully flip it right side up. Then I'm just going to trim the domed part of my cake off. Today I'm using a cake leveler, but you could also just use a serrated knife. And you can see here just how rich and chocolatey our cake is. Then so we have 2 layers of cake, I'm just going to cut my cake in half. And I find the best way to move these cakes around is to grab 2 spatulas and then just lift up the layer. Now I'm going to place this in that same 9 by 4 inch loaf pan, except now I have it lined with foil. And then I'm going to top it with 6 scoops of ice cream. This is about 1 to 1.5 cups of vanilla ice cream, by the way. Then I'm just going to grab my offset spatula and spread out the ice cream into an even layer. And of course, make sure your ice cream is nice and soft to do this. Now I'm going to top it with 4 graham crackers. I had to trim these up a little bit with a serrated knife to get them to fit just right. Then I'm going to top it with more ice cream, again 6 scoops. Go ahead and spread it out. And then top it off with our other layer of cake. Then I'm going to pop this in the freezer overnight to set up. Once it comes out, go ahead and turn it out onto your serving plate. And peel off the foil. Then I'm going to trim up the sides so we can see all of our s'mores layers. And I'm just using a serrated knife to do this. Feel free to eat the scraps, I know I definitely did. And then for the final touch, I'm going to spread on some marshmallow fluff to help our mini marshmallows stick. Then I'm going to add on some mini marshmallows. And this step is optional, but if you are comfortable using a creme brulee torch, I really recommend you toast the marshmallows. Not only does this make the marshmallows all gooey on the inside and crispy on the outside, but this is also super fun to do. And that's it. Alright guys, our s'mores ice cream cake is all finished now, and this looks so good. Anyways, if you guys like this video, make sure you subscribe to DreamWorks TV, and also click right over here for my emoji macarons, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys!